Hi there everyone, Mick here in the Staying Connected group. Welcome to this live broadcast. And first I want to say a warm welcome to all of those people who are new in the group. Great to have you here. And for those who've been here for quite a while, welcome to you as well. And I've been meaning to go live here in the group a lot more regularly, but I've had a couple of technical difficulties, shall we say. So today what I wanted to talk about was gratitude. Now, lots of us have probably heard about the power of gratitude in healing, in just making life a lot better, a lot more enjoyable, a lot more peace, and all that sort of stuff. Gratitude is sort of like a bit of a buzzword these days in the spiritual circles, but also in sort of personal development, the personal development world. And so what I wanted to talk about today is what I call level 3 gratitude. Now, I'm not sure if I actually came up with this concept myself or if it's something I picked up from somewhere. I really don't know. So maybe I should find out and write a book about it or not. I don't know. But anyway, so it looks like we've got a couple of people watching live. So welcome to those who are here live, and also hi to everyone who's watching the replay later on. I realise that a lot of people in this group are actually in the United States, and I'm in England, so the time difference is a bit wacky. So yeah, thanks for being here live anyway. In some ways, it doesn't really matter too much if you're not live. If you're just watching the replay, it's no big deal. You're still getting the same info anyway. So let me show you this concept of level 3 gratitude. Now, I think it's especially important when dealing with grief, but it's not about sort of just thinking ourselves grateful all of a sudden, even though might have been through something really, really difficult or even traumatic. We can't just sort of magic ourselves into gratitude. It's actually something that needs work. It's something we've got to devote work to. And when I say devoting work to, it could literally be 1 minute a day just before you go to bed, finding something to be grateful for that day. But I'll start out by talking, so because I'm talking about level 3 gratitude, I'm going to start out by talking about, first of all, what I would call level 1 gratitude. And just before I do that, if I think I've probably said this before, but in this group, if you give me thumbs up or hearts or laugh emojis or whatever you want to do, and lots of comments or questions in the comments section, that actually really helps, because that shows that something's happening here in this group, and that there's a live video happening, and that actually helps more and more people realize that I'm live. So the more you can do that for me, if you want to, I'd be really grateful for that. So yeah, that's really helpful, and more people can hear about what's going on here. So thank you. Yes, I can see someone hearting me right now. Thanks very much. Brilliant. So level 1 gratitude. This is what I would call being grateful for the great things in our life. So it's sort of, in a way, you could say it's the easiest level of gratitude. We've got everybody, no matter who you are, has some good things in your life. Maybe you have a person in your life, or more than one, whom you love and who loves you. Maybe you have a nice house or a nice place that you live in, or maybe you have a nice comfortable bed. It can be very, very simple things, but that's what I would call level 1 gratitude. Things that you can feel grateful for, but it's not very difficult to feel grateful for them. The things that just are kind of obvious to be grateful for. But I would say it's still very useful to actually consciously develop gratitude for those things. So we can even think about just the fact that we've got a roof over our head and be grateful for that. We can think about the fact that we've got food in the fridge, or food in the cupboards. That's something that we can feel gratitude for, because not everybody does. There's a huge percentage of the population who sometimes don't have enough food in their cupboard or in their fridge. There's sometimes a lot of people out there who don't have a roof over their head, for example. So we can practice that. We can be grateful for the obvious things. But we can also be grateful for those things that we probably take for granted now and then. The roof over our head, the food in the fridge, the people around us. So that's really what I would call level 1 gratitude. And as I say, it can still be developed, it can still be worked with and made conscious, and that can be a very healing thing. And then there's what I would call level 2 gratitude, which is being grateful for sort of those things that are a little bit more difficult to feel grateful for. So in talking to people that have lost someone or lost several people in their lives, this can be about feeling the gratitude for the time that we did get to spend with the person. So that can be, I know that can be difficult because it can be painful to think of that, because now I'm not spending time with the person, at least in the physical body. But to develop that second level of gratitude, that I did actually get to spend time with that person. And a lot of the pain that we're feeling, a lot of the suffering is really to do with the fact that we loved them so much and we wanted to be with them so much. So that second level of gratitude, developing gratitude for the things that are not so easy to feel gratitude about. And again, that's a practice. That's something that we can actually work on. And again, it doesn't have to, when I say work on it, it doesn't mean hours and hours. It can be, 2 minutes every day, writing in a little journal, something that you could feel grateful for, even though it's a little bit painful to feel the gratitude for it. And then level 3 gratitude, which is really what I wanted to get to today, is much, much, much more difficult. And I want to explain this in a way from the perspective of having worked with people who've been through very, very painful experiences. And especially when I've worked with, for example, women who have been through maybe even abusive relationships or really, really painful relationships, who have somehow come through that and are somehow able to look back at these horrific experiences but find some kind of silver lining in them. Now, I know that can sound difficult to hear, and I'm not sugarcoating that in any way. I'm not saying that, I'm not condoning those things in any way, but I have had this experience of working with women, especially, who've been through incredibly painful things, traumatic things, who get to a place in themselves, and this is incredible strength that people can develop, to look back and say, if it wasn't for that horrible experience that I went through, then this wouldn't have happened, that wouldn't have happened, etc., etc. I wouldn't be the person I am today. And pretty much every person I've worked through who's been through something like that will say something like, I didn't value myself. I didn't hold myself in high enough regard. I didn't believe in myself that I was worthy back then. And it took some horrible experience to get me to realize that I shouldn't put up with that. I should get out of there. I value myself too highly now to ever put up with that kind of behavior or whatever it was again. And so I move beyond that. And I honor myself and I honor who I am and I value who I am so much that I won't ever put up with that kind of thing again. And so these women tell me that they needed that experience to wake them up to their own value. So I hope that that's making sense what I'm saying. I don't in any way condone any of that kind of thing against women or against anyone. But it is possible to go through horrible things and then look back at them and think, somewhere on some level, I needed to go through that to get to where I am, to be who I am today. And this is what I'm talking about with this level 3 gratitude, is actually finding, even if it's just the tiniest thing or in the smallest way possible, that there was something good came out of this bad thing. That there was, through this difficult, painful, even traumatic experience, it gave me something, or I was able to draw something out of it that has given me strength, has given me confidence in myself, has given me, in a way, a gift that I can give to other people in my very presence. And so I'm absolutely in awe of people who have been through these horrific experiences, who come out the other side and are then able to be, just wonderful, powerful, loving, kind people. That just blows me away. And that's the kind of gratitude that we can begin to develop. And I always say this like it's something that we can just develop very tentatively. It's not like you can jump over to it and spiritually bypass over to it and go, yeah, I'm grateful for all bad things that happened. It's not like that. And it's also not like you want to wish bad things upon you or upon anyone else so that you can be grateful for it. It's nothing like that. It's just that we all go through difficult things, some more than others, painful things, maybe even traumatic things. And we can look back and realize that experience has actually given me something. It has allowed something to grow in me, or has allowed me to grow. And on some level, we can begin to practice being grateful for that. And that is like gratitude superpower. You know what I mean? That's like, if we can do that, even just a tiny little bit, that's going to give us incredible peace and strength for our daily lives, for our lives with the difficult experiences that we all have each day, dealing with people, dealing with work, dealing with families, whatever it is. And it's also, and this is really the point I wanted to get to, gratitude is something that is, and I've mentioned this before, but it becomes like the air that we breathe in common with those that have died. Gratitude is sort of like, in the same way that love is the bridge between those that are living on earth in a body and those who are in the spiritual world who have died. The gratitude that we can feel can really help in a big, big way with this connection that we have with the loved ones who have died. So I hope that made sense. I hope you felt a little bit, maybe even a little bit inspired by those words and that concept of level 3 gratitude. Thank you very much for tuning in. And once again, if you want to go deeper with this stuff, if you really want to develop this level of gratitude yourself to get to a place of peace and connection and spiritual inspiration, then please do sign up for a free session with me. We'll look at where you're at the moment with your spiritual connection, where you ideally want to be, and then we'll make a plan together to help you to get to that place where you want to be, and we'll give you the support that you need. And so to book that call, all you need to do is go to spiritualscientist.org/call, and I'll put that into the comments in a moment. And what happens then is you just enter your name and email address. It'll send you to a booking page. You just choose the time that suits you, and then I'll be in touch with you at that time that you chose. So I think there's a couple of sessions left tomorrow morning UK time, and I think there's a session available on Friday as well for those maybe in the middle of the day UK time, if you're interested and available. Thank you very much for watching. I also wanted to just mention, for those who don't ever really feel comfortable to have a free session. Sorry, I'm slowing my words. I haven't been drinking, I promise. For those who are not quite ready to come on a free one-on-one session, I can totally understand that with what people have gone through, or maybe it's something you're not interested in. Then I would just ask that, if you do get some value out of these videos and from the content that I'm bringing here on Facebook, please do head over to Subscribestar and become a subscriber. It starts at, I think, $3 a month. And that's where all the videos that I do, actually, they end up there, plus some extra videos will end up in there as well. And that just really supports me to continue to do this. So, in one way I could say the more support I get from that, the more I'm able to come in and do these live broadcasts and help people and all that kind of stuff, which is really what I want to do. I'm pretty much there doing it full time now anyway, but that would be a really big support if people feel that they could. And I also want you to get value out of it as well. Like if you go over there and subscribe, that I'll be adding extra content as well in the coming weeks and months. So thank you very much for watching. Some of the people watching here already are already subscribers, so thank you so much for your support. It's also going to help in the future. I'd like to have some better equipment for recording these, so it's a bit all a bit clearer and more professional. But so thank you to those who are already subscribers. I really appreciate it. And yeah, it's just great to have this group going and to feel all the support. So thank you very much once again for being with me today, and look forward to speaking to you all again soon. Take care. Bye for now.